Surprise stream! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Good to see y'all here. If anyone is here, I'm presuming somebody is, or lurking. Lurkers are always welcomed here regardless. But, yeah, if you're one of my regulars, like, hold your fire. 2 in a row, exactly. 2 streams in a row. My last stream, so I was going to basically be taking time off until Sunday, the 11th, and that was the plan. But something interesting happened today. There's a new version of CEMU that came out. I knew it was coming out, but I went through and tested some stuff, and it has me really excited. It looks like we can actually get a fully 100% correctly emulated version of Bayonetta 2 through CEMU emulator now. Looks like it's, from what I've been able to test, it seems like almost everything is completely fixed up now, like all the weird shader elements and so forth. So I just want to go through, do a quick playthrough of the game. Probably going to be a New Game Plus, to be honest, just so I can kind of rip through things real fast. Let's see here. So I'm going to go to graphics packs, show you what I have going here. I'm going to have to switch over to desktop view, so you're going to see a whole bunch of copies into the future. Here we go. I know it looks lovely here, but basically these are the enhancements I have going right now. Anisotropic filtering. So basically, you get textures farther out, look better. It doesn't really impact anything. 60 frames per second cutscenes I had to turn off, unfortunately, because it was basically breaking things. Like, I couldn't get past, like, if you've played the game before, you go in the New Game Plus and you start to, like, hammer on the buttons to speed things along to get past conversations. This seems to break it currently, so I had to take that off, which sucks. And I have dynamic shadows on, so basically you now have the correct shadow steps, like a Madam Butterfly underneath you, because before you didn't have any character shadows whatsoever underneath you. So now that's being fully rendered. So those are what we're going to be using. Let's get this up and rocking. This is CEMU 1.21.3. Okay, sound seems alright. Let's see. Drop my headset volume a little bit. Let's see where we're at right now. Let's not do World of Chaos. Let's do Noaton. I'm not sure like which file is what on this, because I've actually been practicing on the Nintendo Switch. So I was wanting to get used to that again. So let's see, we got Jean. Okay, so it looks like I have all the goodies on this. Let's just start our, oops. Yes. Just want to see like what items I have. Okay, so this one's been used, at least I used 1 or 2 lollipops here because it's not fully maxed out values, but that's fine. So this is one I can use to copy. That'd be better for a good New Game Plus. So, as you can see now, if you take a look, I have a shadow, which was not there previously in other versions. Also, this is running really well. I'm getting around 52, 53 frames, which before you could like really tank down to like lower 40s. So, also the reflections have gotten better too. This looks like it's just about perfect. Alright, so let's get out of here. Let's go back to the title screen. I'm thinking it'd probably just be better, because like I said, I just want to test things out and see how it looks in certain couple of areas. I'm probably going to just do a Rosa. Maybe we'll just do a Rosa normal run. Let's see, so it looks like this is a brand new one. We'll just wipe this out. Okay. Options. Controller hints can go to hell.
The Umbra never fail.
I'll put this to the 50 of my headset. It just feels like my headset's really low. Always seem to have this problem. All right. I'll tell you though, I really got used to seeing these cutscenes in 60 frames per second. It's really weird to see them back in 30. I'm like, oh, it's freaking me out, man. Okay, that was funky.
Legend of Aesir, a legend from the dawn of time.
Let's try taking off anisotropic filtering. Don't really need that on, that's just like something extra. So I just want to get like the best possible version. Something stable. I mean, it's like 16 times, you don't really need that. Could be causing some weird crap. Let's avoid that. Yeah, it's 16 times. That's pretty high up there.
Bayonetta.
The Umbra never fail.
Except for when they do, but we don't talk about that. Which is never! It's really interesting. I also tested out the new version of Yuzu, which is the Nintendo Switch emulator. And Bayonetta 2 runs around 21 frames now per second on that version. And it was really awesome. I had like the first time I've ever seen this happen anywhere. World of Chaos, you start off on the fighter jet. The jet didn't load, I just fell straight down on the building down below on the street. And it instantly skipped the first fight where I defeat the first 3 people. I was thinking, okay, like I'm just falling for like about 6-7 seconds. I'm like, okay, this has got to be like I'm just gonna die or whatever. This is the first time I've seen this. It's like, nope. Moved on to the part where you see their cheap, crappy guns explode. I'm like, oh my god. So if there was like a way to force that, that would be epic. But it's just, it's the first time I've ever seen that. Even like in the early janky days of CEMU barely playing this game, I never saw that happen. So I remember this game playing at like 3 frames a second when it first started being emulated. So it must have been like some kind of lag rendering spike or whatever. It's just like, okay, we just can't render the jet, whatever, just fall through. And just keep going. But like, yeah, if there's like a way to... If there was a way to actually force that to happen, you're looking at probably a 4-second time save, I guess? Because it still takes you a way to fall down to the street, because you're actually kind of high up.
These observations became Aesir's power. Aesir's eyes were truly the eyes that created the world. However, Aesir pitied the humans for their naivete.
And of course, like the one time I'm not recording, because I'm like, well, no need to record this, I know it's gonna be garbage, so, yeah, pull it out and tilt, like, you start, like, slamming around the 64, I mean Nintendo Switch. Bring back cartridge tilting. But I have it installed on my Switch.
By dividing the power of the eyes of Aesir, humans gained free will. They could now choose With control of the eyes of the world, the eyes that determine destiny, humans could choose their own paths. They awoke to their own identities. Man is but a reed, the most feeble thing in nature, but now...
Yeah, cartridge tilting is all fun and games until you lose your save file. Then it kind of sucks.
The inheritors of the eyes of Aesir have been granted the power of creation.
Oh, that wasn't right. Okay, it's still trying to load up some different shaders. Not holding that against us, though. Oh, God. Why is it... It's treating it like I've never beaten this game with Rosa before, is what it's doing right now. It's not letting me skip the current cinematics either. Now it did. What? Excuse me? Okay. I'm thinking like my first save file might be borked somehow on this emulator, but weird, because it's acting like I've never beaten the game with Rosa. I'm like, I've done it before multiple times, and on stream even. Okay, it worked there. Wow, okay, that was interesting. Traded the hits.
The shadow remains cast. I stand for the Umbra Witches, overseers of dark. Well, leave me. I stand for the Umbra Witches. I stand for the Umbra. I stand for the Umbra Witches, overseers of dark. I stand for the Umbra Witches.
Yes, I know what I'm doing is not optimal. That's fine.
I stand for the Umbra Witches, overseers.
I'm just basically mostly like focusing on like what's going on in the background, looking for like any type of weird stutters, things that like weren't like shading incorrectly, and it looks like everything is still fine here. How are you alive? Max out combo, yay! Yeah, normally when you play as Rosa, you don't want to do any of what I've been doing, because it's just like, well, if you're doing a speed run, I should say. It's just like, oh yeah, it's just gonna slow you way down. Alright, so the next part here, when you start fighting Gamora, when you climb up the tower, this tends to be like super bright, like the sun exploded is like the joke, like it went supernova during this part. We're all gonna die very shortly. It was like ridiculously way too bright. But you're gonna be in for a surprise here now. Ow, elbow. It's now not too bright. It's actually the right colors, the right lighting.
I stand for the unbroken.
Yes, make sure you turn it up all the way to compensate. Make sure you make my like stun, like stare into bright lights, floodlights if you have them. Turn on all the lights in your room. I keep thinking of it, but I haven't done it yet. I really need to like mod my Wii U. I was looking how to do it. You need to buy a legitimate DS game. Like Brain Age is the cheapest one. It's like $7.
Nothing can
And it's one of the few games that you can use as the exploit for it, and then you can just basically load like the hack chi off of an SD card, and away you go. Because basically what I want to try to do is get GameCube support. Because it works. I mean, there's GameCube support inside the Wii U, it's just blocked off. But install the, I think it's called Nintendo Don't. Because if I can do it on my system, then I can do it on Carmen's, and then she can play GameCube on her Wii, no problem. That's what she really wants to do. Yep, so that's my plan. I keep thinking like, and I remember it now because I'm playing a Wii U emulator and I'm sitting here and I look and see my boxed Wii. I'm like, yeah, I gotta take it out of there and do all this stuff. And it's like, oops, keep forgetting. Good job. Get stuck there. It's like I am dangerously close to screwing this up. Ooh, that was kind of wonky positioning. So another part that would screw up is this hallway right over here after you go to Rodin's shop. And it looks like, because it'll be like this kind of, look like a fog layer or something. It's like kind of gray wall would follow you like maybe about 5 meters in front of you. And it looks like that's been gone, that's been fixed too. Alright, techniques. Also, the courtyard fights tend to be too bright. So you can see it's kind of hazy here, but it's no longer this wall. It's actually rendering correctly now. So that's another thing that's been fixed. That's a little too bright here. So this is now the right brightness too, so this has been fixed. Okay. Go. Sweet, picked up the extra.
This is simply the benefit of training.
Really? How'd that hit me? I call shenanigans. I think the only time I ever use shenanigans is when I'm streaming. It doesn't come up nearly enough, like often in my like actual real life stuff. Good. No. Should use it more often. Should be a word of power.
Nothing can contain
So,
me.
they're after you too then. Have you been naughty? Keeping secrets from Mummy?
Nope. Nothing comes to mind, love. Sorry. But since this is your bloody mess, do you mind hurrying the fuck up and getting rid of this thing?
Now,
Shenanigans. Gargantuan.
guardian angels are trying to give you a good spank.
I used discombobulated yesterday.
You've already been following me, so let's make a deal. You save me, I'll show you around this joint. Heading to Fimbulventa, aren't we? That makes two of us. And it'll take two of us, won't it, love?
You seem
Indubitably was one I used to use a lot. Because I'm killing time, let's get this one. Yeah, so this courtyard is also a little too bright. Now it's the right color. Got bad spacing for these guys. Whoa! Okay, out of nowhere.
I stand for the Umbra Witches, overseers of
And drop my combo somewhere too. Let's see, let's get this arranged right. I like to have that over there for sure.
Try to keep up. Hey, wait!
Whoa, okay, that was bizarre. Oh, wouldn't let me do it. Gravity is increased during this part for whatever reason. Like they... So it's like a lot harder to do your feathers here. But you did. Yeah, there's a couple places in the game where they increase the gravity, and that's one of them. And try to think where else it was. There's a couple other spots I'll have to point them out as I come across them again. Noatan. When you first start this level, actually, when you're at the reflecting pool part, that part has increased gravity. Practice mode has increased gravity as well. For whatever reason, the programmers are like, we're gonna crank it up. Keep thinking, okay, I gotta get the Star Fox costume. No, I don't. Pardon me. Let's get one just for fun. Typing a quick message to Carmen.
So, our fates and our paths cross once again.
So I hear gunfire. There they are. Okay. Yeah, I really don't like his redesign of this game.
Bingo.
Alright, enough of this. Was not a fan. So speaking of like Final Fantasy 15, it's like videos going around showing like the new Xbox because Microsoft is giving it to people early, influencers and such. And they found that like certain games like Final Fantasy 15 are loading in stupidly fast times on the new Xbox system. Then Digital Foundry is like, well, actually, it turns out it's a little bit different because it's all basically on the CPU load. So certain games, like if it offloads like a lot of the loading to the CPU, like Final Fantasy does, then it goes ridiculously fast. But if you have other games like Borderlands 3, which it all loads from hard drive and optical and stuff, it still takes like a minute or 2 minutes to load up. So don't expect like super fast loading speeds like across the board for everything.
That's a big deal here.
But even on PC, Final Fantasy 15
No.
takes forever to load. I think it was about... I think I was averaging around 45 to 50 seconds for loading times, like when I was just going to like brand new area or starting a game up again. It was really slow. Screwed that up. Supposed to burst the red before I get into there, and then whip those guys up in no time. That's alright. Ooh, got a double. Hey, wait.
This is simply the benefit of training.
Yeah, it wouldn't give me the extra feathers there. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but sometimes the feathers just don't want to come out. Sometimes they'll just like come in instantly, and then it's like you're sitting there, you're smashing the button, like you're holding it down, and nothing comes out. You're just flying around. The game's like, we're on break, buddy. We have calculated that you're playing the game too fast. Slow down. Take a break. Why are you in such a rush? Why is it not doing it again? Oh my gosh. I swear, I go through like weird periods where I can get that door trick every single time, punch it open, flip through, and then like 10, 12 runs where it fails like you saw right there. The game's like, no. We're gonna make you drop your feather inputs and do the door slowly. We gotta do things the right way. No more speed running for you.
This little one's made me a deal. He's my guy, and he's not done guiding. I think we're going in an entirely different direction.
This is a little bright too. Yeah, so if I were to take like an estimate, I would say probably maybe the game is like maybe 99, 98% accurate at this point, if you're just getting like some brightness points here. Wow, I am sucking at this tonight. More than usual. That's right, I can't do crow feathers right now. Not while I'm on the board. So normally what you want to be doing, of course, is not getting witch time here. I just don't care. It's a casual stream, so I'm keeping an eye on things. So this is pretty close to what it should be. It might be just a tad bit brighter than it should, but I mean, like I said, overall I'm just impressed with finally getting those changes made. So that's the biggest thing. Pardon me, for like probably about a good year and a half. It's just always been so bright on that Gamora fight, and also in the courtyard stuff. What? Just eating inputs, good lord. I'm not even dropping frames. Okay, this should be about good. And dead. Alright. See, new game, you have to be really careful. If you pop that Umber Climax a little too soon, it still tries to lock on the last guy you killed. So your bullets will be literally flying behind you instead of targeting the enemy in front. After a certain period of time, it stops tracking why that one back there and starts hitting the boss in front of you. New Game Plus, it doesn't matter. You can just pop it whenever and it'll just eventually switch over. But of course, you have like 99. Actually, no, you have like your infinite climax bracelets on anyway, so you don't care about. Because you're never going to lose any of your magic. It was pretty funny. It must have been 3 weeks ago or so. The members, some of the people in the Discord for Bayonetta went back and started watching some of my old Wii U runs, and they were just kind of like dumbfounded about how the game was different, like all the different tactics used, like not going to the store constantly like we do now, because it doesn't, because it was like Wii U, it was 30 seconds to load up the store to get into it. You try not to change your weapons either, because that'd be another 15 seconds to get into the menu, to switch out like your swords for your guns or whatever. And of course, being emulated right now, this is pretty much almost on par. It's a little bit faster than the Switch, just slightly in certain spots. So it makes me really worried about Bayonetta 3. Like, I know the Switch is a better system, but having played this game for so long on the Wii U and seeing how janky it was, makes me kind of worry. But of course, we're coming up on almost 3 years of not seeing or hearing anything on Bayonetta 3.
Darkness is the absence of light. This is simply the benefit of training.
Well, that's some weird frame pacing right here. Whoa, that's janky. That's new. Whoa, what in the world? So I just learned that apparently you can uppercut that guy's eye beam out of your face, and it won't hit you. Not least if with Rosa with a red activated.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
Yay, no soft lock. I still worry about that. Even on the emulator, it's like, oh, please don't soft lock. One of the things I really need to test out, I keep thinking about it only when I'm doing it on stream, is usually we double jump to get into the water, or at least I used to, and I see runners still do it to get over here. But it seems like if you get into the water faster, like just one jump, it should be faster because you can instantly go into your snake form and then start dashing. So it should theoretically be faster, I would think. You're not spending all that extra time in the air where you're moving slower. Just about bullseye. Probably shouldn't have burned that red. Yes, welcome to the shenanigans and probably should have thread. And you remember the words of Stuart Smalley, I will not shoot all over myself.
This is it! The bridge to the heavens should be right above us.
Are you sure?
Not really.
Not really, huh? But you're right. This is it. Call it a woman's intuition.
Women's intuition? What kind of silly comic book shit is that? You still don't know a thing about me.
Let's just say I have plenty of experience with nothing coming to mind.
What?
I spent 500 years not knowing who I was. I only found out the truth recently.
You too? Listen, I don't remember a thing. Nothing. I don't even know why I'm so damn sure I need to go to that mountain. But I know I have to. It's all I know. Does that make any sense?
Come now, little one. Can't let the girls know you've got a heart.
It's not like that.
Come on, little one, be a jerk.
That's all the sense you need. Just believe. That's what I did.
Hey, Keiko, come on in, buddy.
Let's do.
Come on. Hi. Welcome back. Good to see you. Oh, kitty cat time. What you doing? Come here. Hi. Hello. Come climb up. Wrestle against the microphone. What you doing, bud? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're bumping in the microphone. I'm seeing it spiking. You gonna go lay over here? Okay, lay down on top of the TV stand. Cat's like, I need a cat break. Cats, the ultimate narcissists. And psychotic murderers. Alright. Here we go, back to the game. Good girl.
I think.
Why are you not dead? What?
I stand
The game's like, we're gonna start delaying the loading. Yeah, this is the troll sphere.
simply the benefit of training.
Shit! We're not. All the luck.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dodge. Probably could have got 9. 3, 4, 5 on landing. So time's a little off. So there's 6. And we should be able to keep hopping all the way up to the top. Actually, it's about 10 hops and there's one more dodge. If we do it right, all I have to do is only attack him once. There we go. Probably a 31, maybe? Nope, 32.
If I can just do something about that.
Darkness is the absence of light.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
Then we skip the store on this one, go right into Bridge of the Heavens. So all I need to do is just use one red lolly. I usually save it for after you go into the water. You can. Some people do it on the beginning part up here, like when you first fall in, and like you start going, like you're falling down the shaft. I just like to do it when I hit the water. It's more reliable for me that way.
This one lasts a little bit longer. Saying that's just going to make me take him there. After I've taken care of my business, of course.
And you did. I don't know why, but this game doesn't have A as a prompt. Or it's actually B on the Nintendo controller. Let me take a look. Yeah, it doesn't have B for one of these like QuickTime options. It's always X, Y, or A. Bayonetta 1 had it. But of course you also had instant death sections there too, which really sucked. Which thankfully were removed.
The Umbra never failed.
Hey, give...
Really bizarre timing. It's not dropping frames or anything either. Oh, I haven't been hit by one of those in a while. I really want someone to make mods for this. And just make this a Kamehameha sound. Just the wind up. Have Vegeta scream as it gets blown off into the future, like into the atmosphere. Like from the first arc. The Saiyan arc. Just Saiyan is all. This is not going well. Yeah, I gotta remember how to do that fight. That was pretty bad. I will fully admit, that was not cool. Yes, outside so far, I mean, I think we're getting close to about halfway through the game right now. So we are like halfway through the game. It seems to be outside just like one or two areas of brightness. Everything's pretty much fixed. I would probably say this is like probably 99% accurate at this point.
Darkness is the absence.
Which is great. I've actually brought it up on the Discord about possibly getting an emulated category added for speedruns. Because not everybody has capture cards. And of course it'd be segregated out just like the Wii U is and the Switch from each other. You'd have its own emulation category. But I like to add it in, but it seems like so far that the community is kind of like, nah, we don't really want to do that. And the biggest thing for me was, of course, the really super bright part for Gamora and a couple other places too. Since those are fixed, I mean, I'm not really seeing too much of a reason why they have to do it anymore. The only problem I've had, though, trying to do a speedrun being unofficial, of course, through the emulation like I'm doing right now through CEMU, is getting the timer to work right. I guess I'd have to program like a countdown timer for it. Because in the past, like when you'd like start your timer, like hit the button to start the timer, you'd have to also click back onto CEMU to get it to function. So you could hit the, you couldn't do like you could on a console, hit the hit like your space bar is what I have my timer start for, and then hit the button and controller at the exact same time. Couldn't do that on this. I think this might work. Let me see if I were to bring up Steam Manager. Okay, it seems to be working. Maybe they did fix that because I don't have CEMU highlighted, so maybe that will work now. Ooh, fascinating. But basically, whenever we do like a possible rule change or category add or anything like that, is we put it up to the vote for the community, and it's not just the Discord because not everybody's in the Discord. We put it on the speedrun.com site. So that way everybody can bring it up to their attention and go, okay, like, do we really want to do this or not? Have a final say, justifications and so forth. And we've had that before for the rule changes recently. I say recently, that was like 2.5, 3 years ago almost at this point. We got rid of the ruling for adding 3 minutes and 45 seconds to the start of your time and skipping the World of Chaos. Or not World of Chaos, the prologue, whatever it's called. I've only been playing this game for 6 years. I still don't remember what the hell the first thing is called. Still don't even know most of the names of the enemies in this game. Just skip it. Kinda low. I don't think I'm gonna make this one. Oh, holy crap, I'm surprised. I legitimately am surprised by that. Did not expect to make that. I love doing that so much.
This is simply the benefit of training.
Try to keep up. You need something to open it.
Hey, it's Eris. What's up, buddy? Still miss the Rule Beatrix set. We skipped long intro scenes. Yeah, I know. It came down to really close. Personally, I was either way. You know, I was personally myself, I was like either way, but I'm a mod, so I'm gonna keep myself out of the final vote for it, but well, if there's enough support, it can always come back in. I think but now with the Switch, it would have to be like a 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I think is what we would put it at. Because you can still between 3 minutes and 28 seconds to 3 minutes and 32, so I think 30 would be a good balance. But I'm thinking, like, I really want to add emulation in now as a category. Might make a forum request in the next day or two to see if we can get some official ruling on it, like to see how everyone feels, because the newest version of the emulator I'm playing on right now has fixed almost every single thing that was wrong emulating the game. Like the Gamora fight in World of Chaos now is not too bright. It was like, it used to be way too bright before, like blindingly like hurt your eyes, and now it's rendering correctly. Yes, the emulator seems to be pretty good. I've only come across one or two areas where it's slightly brighter. I mean, we're talking like you have to like know it's too bright from playing the game too much, but it's not blinding you. It's not like, oh my god, my eyes are melting in my skull like the end of the Raiders of the Lost Ark. But yeah, it seems to be really stable. I'm not seeing any problems. So maybe that's why I'm playing this right now, just so I can see if there's anything else that comes to my attention that I haven't seen yet. And of course, emulated would be off on its own category, just like the Wii U and the Switch. Okay, so there's minor stuff off in the distance I saw there underneath the pyramid right in front. Yeah, you can see some... It's trying to render stuff off in the distance, but that's like minor. Like some minor flickering. That's not even... It's not gameplay related. It's way off in the distance, so I'm not concerned about it. That's actually the first time I've seen that happen, so...
Hey, wait! Try to keep up.
Nothing can contain me.
Of course, this is really bizarre. This is the only water part where they program in land physics. Ooh, where's my camera? Here we go. Oh yes, I love those feathers, man. I don't know who figured out the feathers. I remember Ace telling me about it, but he told me somebody else had told him. But yeah, the feathers are amazing.
Darkness is the absence of light.
Hey, wait!
Rodin,
Gravity's increased right here too. A little bit. Actually, it's not too bad.
nothing can contain me.
Yeah, it's really weird. There's certain parts where gravity's just cranked up. I think the spider fight, I think that's also the place too where it's also a little bit higher than usual.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
Yeah, it's a mostly solid 60. There's a couple places where it still drops down a little bit, but it still even does that on the Switch. Noaton, like Chapter 1, when you get to the reflecting pool, it used to drop down to like 40, but now with this version, CEMU 1.21.3 that I'm playing on, that just came out today, it runs around 50 to 52. So it's gotten better. You now have the shadows as well, because you actually didn't have that before, so that's added in. But yeah, the frame rate's almost usually a solid 60. It's better than the Switch.
Right.
Yeah, with CEMU emulator, you can tell it how many cores to run off of. By default, everything is like one core, which is insane. So you want to set it to like triple core, so use 3 of them. And there's some other setting as well. So if you can go through and crank it up even higher, you can get like 60. I have a crazy... Yeah, I have like an RTX 2070 in my computer, which is still overkill for this game, but... Yeah, I know you can overclock it on the Switch. You could probably do that. I'm not sure how much of a boost you get, though, for the Switch version of this game. Because that runs pretty stable 60. There are parts where it drops to like 50, I've noticed. A couple places here and there. Even as low as 45. Like I said, Noaton still drops. So I'm wondering how much overall that would be. But you're the man... You're the one who has the overclock Switch. You'd be able to tell me for sure. If you had a way to count the frames, I don't know. I'm not sure if your eyes are trained like mine, where you can spot like the difference between 60, 55, 40. A lot of people look at it like, how can you tell? It's like, I've just been doing this for far too long. Been playing video games far too long. I can spot these things. Yeah, CEMU does it. automatically on the top of the screen. Like right now, it's actually running like 59, 57 when that dropped down, 60 again. But I mean, like even like playing on like on Switch. Oh, so are you telling me there's? I may be misunderstanding this. Are you telling me there's a plugin for a hacked Switch to show you what the frame rate is for that? Because if you can do that on a hacked Switch, that would be awesome. That'd be really interesting to see. Ooh, that's awesome. That would be really cool. Because then you could definitely confirm for sure, you know, like you could like keep the normal throttled settings, you know, the default Switch settings, go into Noaton's like reflecting pool at the start of level and see what the frames per second are, then overclock it, see what you get there. That'd be interesting to find out. That'd be really cool to see. Wow, I am out of practice. You tell I haven't really been playing this seriously for a while. Just a little bit. Yeah, because one of the cool things I really like too is, unfortunately with this version right now, it breaks the 60 frames per second mod for cinematics, because these cinematics all in the game here, like the finishers and stuff, actually can run 60 and they look amazing. But this version, for whatever reason, it breaks it. Like the different plugins you have, like to give the shadows and stuff, it's currently not working, and it says, hey, we can't run the 60 frame per second cutscenes mod, which makes me sad. So hopefully they'll get that fixed pretty soon. Because it's awesome to see this stuff, because if they ever made an official PC port, it's exactly what it'd look like. And dead.
Simply a matter of time.
So I find it funny you have a hacked Switch. My Switch is still untouched. It's been problematic. But I need to actually hack my Nintendo Wii U so I can get everything unlocked on there. Need to make a note for myself. Well, actually, tomorrow I'm going to see Carmen for a little bit. Maybe I can do it tomorrow night, because I really want to hack that Wii U and test it out and get it going. Then I need to buy a GameCube adapter for the Wii U, and then I can play GameCube games on it. Whee!
Diplomacy is fate.
Yeah, I don't have the whatever revision they've done, like the newer ones. I really don't know what version mine is. I think I got mine about a year. I don't know, I have to take a look to see like how long the Switch had been out, because I literally bought this to play Bayonetta 2 when that came out, so I think the Switch maybe had been out for a year at that point. For me, I really don't know what I would do with a hacked Switch, to be honest. I know you can overclock it and things like that, but for me, I'd be very concerned about heat problems building up, because this thing is not really designed for airflow. So I'd be kind of concerned about that, and I'm not sure. I know you can put things like RetroArch on there, you know, like emulators and stuff, but I'm kind of like, do I really want to do that? I'm not sure what, you know, other than playing games you can download, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna assume that with a hacked Switch, you can play downloaded games on it. Heat's huge. Fan will reach 80%. Yeah, that would not surprise me at all to find out. This thing is thin. It's a cell phone processor is what this is, literally. It's running on a cell phone processor. And whenever you design something super thin, you gotta sacrifice fans and everything else, which is why it's kind of funny to see the new PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One X, whatever they're calling it, Super Hyper Fighting Edition, have these gigantic fans and heat sinks on them, you know, because you gotta cool all that power coming through it. Okay, this is getting a little frame janky. It says 60, but it's like the frame pacing's weird. I got a little stuttery, but it said it didn't drop any frames on it though. It's like no, install at 60. I'm like, I'm seeing juddering. So it makes me laugh when people are like, there's gonna be a Switch Pro because there was a Nintendo, like there was a PlayStation 1 and an Xbox One as well, and I'm like, guys, those are different. It's like, they would have to make it much thicker, you'd have to have a huge fan on it, venting and so forth, they'd have to redesign it very drastically to take advantage of, you know, a faster processor, and they have one in there already, like the new versions of the Switch have a faster processor in there already that they've just clocked down. They've just basically lowered it down to match the launch speeds. So it's like technically you could get one already if you hack yours like you've done, and you can overclock it to be faster to have your own Switch Pro. But for me, I just find it to be a kind of dumb argument just because of how Nintendo's designed the system, what they decided to base their architecture on. Alright, Spider-Man, let's go. Why won't you fly? What in the world? Yeah, I'm getting hosed on this fight. Wouldn't let me fly. It was really weird. I know gravity's increased for there as well, but that was worse than usual. Oh, okay. Get up.
I stand for the Umbra Witches. Over.
Yeah, when I play as Jean or Bayonetta, I don't screw around, just torture attack that guy. Play as Rosa, you can afford to do the feathers.
Darkness is the absence of light.
Gimme. There we go. Okay, so right there it dropped to like 46. Now it's back up to 60. So yeah, there's like little tiny parts where it'll drop down, but then it recovers quickly. And like I said, the same thing I've noticed playing the Switch version, so pretty much on par.
Right. I'll go easy on you guys. So let's have some fun.
Hey, what's up? Whoa, increased gravity. Yeah, I have found like one or two spots where it's still like a little too bright, but we're talking like anywhere near what it used to be. I mean, it used to be like when you got to the Gamora fight in Chapter 1, it was like the sun went supernova. It was like way ridiculous. Like it hurt your eyes how bright it was. And now it's displaying right, and like one or two sections I found it's like just slightly brighter than it should be. So other than that, I'm pretty much saying that at this point it's like 99% right on as far as I can tell.
And so is my
It's like 99% accurate.
Jean, there she is.
Tell you what, just for you, I'll get my butt kicked by Rodin when I get done with this.
getting between a man and his next payday.
The one thing that's kind of bummed me out though so far is that the 60 frames per second mod doesn't work for this. It's saying now like, hey, it's not compatible. It's not going to work. So hopefully there'll be a update to the graphics pack within a couple days or so that will fix it, because I miss my 60 frames per second cutscenes. We're so awesome. Especially once you know that like the game was rendering them. It's like not a recorded cutscene or anything. It's actually rendering these things, and they capped it to 30. Actually, it looks like 24 almost, but it's 30. And Nintendo will never do an official PC port. Makes me sad. Actually, I need to stop playing the emulated version, to be honest, because I need to get used to like the Switch timing, which is slightly different. Because the CEMU still loads a little bit faster than the Switch. We're talking like 1 second to half a second in parts. And also, you get used to playing a different controller. Like I'm using an Xbox One controller, and then you try to play on a Switch controller. It's like a little bit of an adjustment for like your muscle memory for like how far you need to pull triggers and your button placements and stuff. So the game is slightly harder on CEMU just because it's the Wii U version. When they ported it to the Switch, they actually did tone down. There's no official confirmation, but when you look at how the game is playing, they did tone down Baldur in a couple different parts. Like he's not as nearly as trolly in the Switch version as he is on Wii U. So you get used to, like, you play on the Switch all of a sudden, like, after playing the Wii U version like this, it's like you realize how docile he is. He'll just stand there and take so much abuse from you on the Switch version, whereas, like, the Wii U, he's, like, running around going wolf and trying to hit you and summoning stuff out of midair to try to, like, to smash you into the ground. It's like, oh my god. It's like he's totally, like, trying to murder you on the Wii version. So, Wii, I would say, is slightly a little bit more difficult for that, but it's just a change of like strategies is all really. It's like a minor thing. They toned them down for the Switch. It's like, okay, that's kind of interesting to discover, but it's not like going to be radically different. We're not talking like Bayonetta 2 to Bayonetta 1 difficulty, because 1 is a harder game, which is like, I will fully admit. Doesn't mean it's a bad game, but 1 is definitely harder than 2. Let's see here. Let's do Lollipop. And we're going to do Big Bad Magic here. God, she is such a troll. Okay, that was a little funky. That was just gathering shaders. So Yuzu is still kind of busted though, but... So it was the first time I'd ever seen like the plane not spawn and load in. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. If only we had a way to replicate that on a real run, save like 5-6 seconds.
This is simply the benefit of training.
So what's the one thing? He said, except for one thing, what would that be?
The Umbra never fails.
Yes, it's still a cheat. Because this came up, gosh, I am drawing a blank on the name. It's been in our Discord forever. He's never done a run. Now, I keep trying to like get him to do a run. I'm like, dude, do a run. He's like, please submit. And gosh, I'm drawing a blank on his name. I'm actually pulling up the list right now to try to find it real fast. Can't believe I've forgotten it. Holy crap, this is bad. Gotta turn in my mod badge now. Anyway, it was like one of the biggest debate things. He kept trying to say like, well, you should be able to do like, because he wanted to keep doing runs where he would grind with Jean or Rosa and then buy the climax bracelets. And he's like, it's not a cheat. It's like, it's a cheat. If you have to enter a cheat code, still, even though you're buying it, you still have to do it. You still have to enter a cheat code that's not allowed. That'd be a cheat. And he kept fighting me for it. It's like, dude, here's the rules for speedrun.com. It tells you if you input a cheat, like it has to be either be a special cheat category or it's not allowed, it's banned. It's like, it's as plain as can be. It's like, well, I still bought it, so therefore it's not a cheat because we're not cheating because you see me do it on the run. It's like, no. It's like, that's not gonna be a thing, because it turns out, like, at the time, I think when he was doing genre runs, was, you could go through, grind up, the time you'd spend grinding to get the climax bracelets, you'd have to do, like, World of Chaos, like, 3 times, but you'd have enough money then to buy what you needed. And I think it turned out to be something like 1 minute faster. It wasn't like that much faster than the times I was able to pull. Just doing like a straight no cheat run. So it's like, it'll like, you know, if you really want to put it to a vote, we can do it for everybody there, but... Alright, on with the show. And then, of course, every once in a while, somebody brings up the, well, what about 100% run? Yeah, you want to do that for 16 hours? Knock yourself out. Get every single item, grind everything, every single item here, buy everything in the shop. It's like, knock yourself out. No one's going to do it. Yeah, it doesn't keep records as well when you use it, but still, I mean, like I said, I'm drawing a name on it here. I'm drawing a blank, and it's really embarrassing on what the guy's name is. He's contributed a lot to us. He's actually found a lot of strats. He's never done a run. We're like, dude, do a run, please. Lorcan, that's what it was. Lorcan did it. He found it. He was the one who found out the, who figured out the chapter 2 verse 7 skip, where you do the infinite witch twist up, and you skip that first fight when like Loki builds the vertical bridge you jump through. He was the one who figured out like, hey, if you do this, you can actually trigger the you skip the first fight. He was the one who figured that out because we knew that you could do that, and that's how you get to like the the glitch world. It used to be able to go all the way up to the top to the exit door for the level, and then just the game would just start freaking out, showing all sorts of bizarre graphics. But he was the one who figured out how to do it at a certain time period and a location that caused it to skip the fight and load the rest of the level so you could actually complete it. Lorcon found a lot of different strats that we use in our speedrun, like a couple different weird tricks and stuff like that, but not a lot of them, but he found some stuff like that, some major biggies. But he's never submitted a run, and he kept trying to convince everybody, like, no, dude, it's like, it's not a cheat. If you can put in a cheat code, it's like, that's called a cheat code. You keep saying the word cheat, you know what it is. Really? Alright, here we go. We're gonna have some fun. You know what time it is.
Open your eyes, I see. Your eyes are open. Where no disguise for me. Come into the open. When it's cold outside, am I here in vain? Hold on.
You've never played Robot Unicorn Attack?
There will be no shame. Always I wanna be with you and make believe with you and live in harmony, harmony, oh love. I wanna be with you and make believe with you and live in harmony, harmony, oh love. Melting the ice for me. Jump into the ocean. Hold back the tide. I see your love in motion. When it's cold outside, am I here in vain? Hold on to the noise. There will be no shame. Always I wanna be with you and make believe with you and live in harmony, harmony, oh love. I wanna be with you and make believe with you and live in harmony, harmony, oh love.
Alright, I love doing that every single time. Basically, the joke, apparently you didn't get it there, which is fine. There used to be a game called Robot Unicorn Attack. It's by Adult Swim Games, and you ran as a side-scrolling running game. You played as a unicorn, and that music would play, that song, Always by Erasure, would play in the background as you ran along. So it's like, I always joke that, like, you're a unicorn in this. You're a demon unicorn running along. It's like, oh yeah, we gotta play that music. Too bad I can't do it in an official run, but it's a little joke. Alright. Let's see. That. Yeah, we're good. Let's see, did he despawn or is he still there? He's still there. We're good. Alright. Always afraid to despawn him there. Whoa, okay, that was a little weird.
Darkness is the absence.
Okay, so I'm dropping that 99% confidence to 98, but it's still nothing breaking the game.
Never fail.
So I'm thinking I might put up a forum post within the next couple of days to see if we can get a general consensus on should we allow emulation. It'd be CEMU version 1.21.3 and higher. Allow emulators as a run category, which of course would be segregated off like everything else is.
Hey, give me a minute.
So I know there's some people who want to do runs, but they don't have capture cards, and this would let them do it as long as they don't have a piece of crap Chromebook. Which I've had some people ask me, like, hey, I have a Chromebook. That's a laptop, right? And I'm like, no, that's not. That's a doorstop is what you have. An slightly expensive doorstop. So, well, give me magic. What are you aiming at? No, I got screwed on the magic. Boo. This is where you have Rosa helping you. She's so helpful. And you're dead. Yeah, I should get like an icon that just says "you're dead." If Twitch would ever give me my emotes back, that'd be fun too. Been fighting for 3 months now to get my emotes back. They're like, we're working on it, and it's like, no, you're not. Don't lie to me. It's like I had a simple Dr. Nick emote, and it's still like, nope, can't change it. Whoa, I haven't had that happen in a while. So yeah, you can get creamed by these beams. That is pretty rare. I haven't been hit by one of those in like a year. Well, it's like my headphone volume seems a little quiet. No, it's pretty good. Let me see my volume mixer. It just seemed like it was a little quiet for me. Okay, I guess it's just me. Yeah, if we could find a skip here, that'd be awesome. Because unfortunately, testing it, I don't think we've... Yeah, I remember we were trying to do the infinite witch twist, and there's like an invisible barrier that goes all the way to the ceiling and all the way directly over to the wall. So you just can't like infinite witch twist around it. Which would be awesome, but nothing we can find so far. Of course, never say never, never. I mean, they finally, after like 20 years, figured out the barrier skip for Wind Waker. Actually, around 17 years, I should say. What is going on? Gave me the wrong feathers. That was not optimal.
This is simply the benefit of training.
Alright, next level, time to shake our moneymakers, which doesn't matter, because not buying anything. With Rosa, it's kind of a moot point. As soon as you get the Infinite Witch Twist, or Bat and Bat Within, or the Crow Within, whatever it is, Sparrow, like Sparrow, whatever. Pretty much done. Yeah, it's fun to play as Rosa, but playing with, alongside Rosa, not so much. I find her, as I've been like speedrunning and more, like, to find her more of a hindrance than anything else, really. Okay, so here I'm seeing some serious frame tanking. We're down to like 30 frames, 32 frames a second. No, I think it's probably been 2 or 3 years since I last played Tag Climax, to be honest. I really don't play it. I'm not knocking it, it's just like myself, I'm like, I just don't really play it.
Nothing can contain me.
I heard that she wasn't the best for mode for that either, yeah, as you're mentioning. I mean, I'm guessing probably because you don't build up as much combo meter because you're just killing everything too fast, or... Oh, nice, it didn't drop the combo on me. Doesn't matter now that I don't need the money, but... Yeah, the last time I played Tag, I think I was Jean. Actually, I had to get on my Wi-Fi adapter, plug it in there so I wouldn't be running off of Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi is terrible. With Nintendo's setup. Should have used a small instead of large. Ooh, it's kind of costly. Tag Climax brings back the Super Bay 1 mechanic, one hit away from dying. Oh, that's right. Yeah, and she is the glass cannon I keep forgetting about. Yeah, somehow I always forget, like, that Rosa, when you play her on, like, third climax, or even, like, even on, like, meme percent, you know, first climax, second climax, when you get closer, like, you get into these later levels, you can still get one-hit killed. It's a lot harder to do. Usually, like, one will bring you right on the edge if you've bought extra health. I forget that she's, like, a one-hit kill character. You know, like, especially if you play, like, third or infinite, which I don't play infinite because that mode's just a little too insane for me. I just don't have I can do it, I just don't have fun playing it. That's the thing. I have fun playing the different modes, I have fun playing all the characters, but I just don't have fun playing Infinite Climax. Even a New Game Plus run, I'm still like, I don't want to play on Infinite Climax. I did it to get runs, and I think I have runs for all the characters on New Game Plus with Infinite Climax. Let me take a look. New Game Plus, Infinite Climax, Bayonetta, Jean, Rosa. Yeah, so I have runs for everybody across the board for Infinite Climax, New Game Plus, but I did not have fun doing those. Let's go back. Let's play it safe. I forgot that I used up my hotshot already. I got smashed by that, no, I bought it again. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Big surprise. Not paying attention for me, I know. Crazy. Apparently I replaced it. Okay. Come on, where are you at? Not the one I'm looking for. Oh, okay. Screw you then. Yeah, gravity's increased during this part too when they first walk up. But when they get on the stage, then you have back to normal gravity again. Yeah, gravity's increased here too. It's really weird that the programmers went out of their way to do that. They're like, yeah, we're going to change the gravity value for these certain specific areas and situations.
Darkness is the absence of light.
Whoa. Vertical V-Sync tear, that's unusual. I had V-Sync turned on for this, I guess I didn't. See, usually V-Sync tears are not vertical, they're horizontal, so that kind of threw me off. I was like, whoa, that's unique.
And now, if you'll excuse me, my dear.
Okay, Lucky, so you brought this up. If you're still here, if you're still watching, suboptimal gameplay. You mentioned you wanted me to do Rodin. Who should I be? Wow, game's going in. It's like, nah, we ain't doing this. Choose! That's no fun, because I'll be killed by either one of them. I have to say that I've gotten used to doing this final level with New Game Plus and Star Fox, and just doing it without those kind of throws me off a little bit. Oh, that was bad. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why I have one of these. In case I screw up like that. Yay! Oh, I haven't screwed this up in a while. Oops. Until today. Alright. There we go. And the missiles! Woo! Actually, I didn't know like the missiles existed on that part until I think like last year. Cause I just never seen them before on the Wii U or anything. I was like, what in the world? And they're like, oh yeah. And the Discord's like, yeah, that happens all the time. I see it constantly. I'm like, what now? Not a lot of reds. Just going overkill right now. Alright, use you, because I'm terrible. Let's see, put you up top. And spin to win! Would have been so much more awesome if that was the space station from Vanquish. Of course, it'd be a lot bigger, though. Vanquish, another great game people need to play. Especially on PC. Well, actually, the PS4 version is 60 frames per second, too, now, so... So I don't know why, but for whatever reason, they did not put B as an option for the button presses in this one. It was in the original Bayonetta. And 2 came around, they're like, no, only X, Y, and A. Get that B out of here. I intentionally failed this one time just to see what would happen. It just basically starts you right here again where he's flying back at the mouth. I was like, I wonder what happens if we mess this up.
This is simply the benefit of training.
If it comes to
Let's dance, boys.
It's a weird pattern from the spawn in, but there we go. Yay! Stop timer, whatever it was. Hour 50 something, probably, maybe. All the screwing around. I don't even remember what my time is for this category for straight. Second climax Rosa. 131. Wow, okay. I was booking on that one, jeez.
Darkness triumphs.
The congratulations screen. Alright, let's see. Who do we have on this file? It is time. We'll start off with Rosa. It'll be hilarious. Difficulty doesn't matter what you put it on because it's always infinite climax for him. Bring on the shoop de whoop.
Hey, give me a minute.
It's Rodin's treasures, and yep, there it is.
I'm not one to talk shit, but you might
No,
be
no,
biting.
of course I really haven't gone on my way to try, so.
What the hell? Been a while since you and I threw down, but real
I have no delusions of grandeur about beating him.
for ages. You ready? Let's do this. Abandon all hope.
Alright, got a couple hits in. It's better than I thought.
The shadow remains cast.
No items, okay. Yep.
The shadow remains cast.
Oh, come on, it gave me the slowdown like you got that.
The shadow remains cast.
Wow, that was like no recovery. He's faster than Infinite Climax on this for sure. But of course, then we got like General Beatrix, who is like taken down Rodin with like no hits with Rosa, and done the same thing with Jean as well. It's like, damn, dude. Beatrix was a beast at this game. That's the one I don't like, because like you can't track him too well. Let's try it with Jean for fun. That gives your money back for it too. Nice. Okay. I guess. I don't know. Of course, I use the save state modifier to get enough money, so. Let's see. Character settings. Default Jean.
Honor as an Umbra.
Okay, so get a couple more hits in. So you gotta get used to like also the stomps, because yeah, I'm just watching to see his timing for it. He's got like slight delays on those too, which throws you off, because you got like that kind of like a stinger move from like Devil May Cry, just rushes right in. That's like almost instantaneously. And his stomp has that windup that throws you off, because also it's like so much slower. Yeah, I can see why he's such a pain in the butt. Like there, it's like okay. It's like, I don't think he's gonna let me lock him down. I have before with Bayonetta. Ooh, wasn't anticipating that uppercut. Yeah, I've gotten the demon form before with Bayonetta. I think I got him down to like one last life bar. When I tried this, like, tried it like 2 or 3 years ago, I just did a couple different times. I was like, okay, cool, neat. But that was used to, like, I was practicing Infinite Climax at the time. I was kind of determining, like, if I wanted to do a run for that or not. Because I just got done, because my thought progression back when I was speedrunning this game, like, hardcore was like, I did second, third, and I was like, okay, let's do Infinite Climax and sweep it through, and then started playing more of Infinite Climax. I'm like, I'm not having fun anymore. It's like, I really don't like this mode. You just have to grab me.
It's tough being so.
Game wasn't sure if it was going to give me that dodge or not. It's like, no, we're not going to do it. But he's still ridiculously hard. He doesn't really drop frames on the Switch version. Yeah, but for certain things, not everything. I mean, this fight is like 60 on the Switch. It's not going to make any difference, really. All you can do is just basically run at a higher resolution if you can do it. Alright, let's do one or two more with Jean. We'll try Bayonetta and wrap it up. Didn't even see what he hit me with there. That one I saw. I don't know. I love when people are like, I have an i7 or an i5. Does that do it? Well, it depends on what core and all the other fun stuff you have behind it. You know, it's like you can run this. I mean, you can run CEMU on a quad core. It depends on like what your clock speed and everything else is. I have an old AMD FX 8300, which is like a 3.3 base. I think I have it running like 3.7 right now. But of course, before I had my 2070 in here, I had a GTX 960, I think the card was. I mean, it's like you don't need a really super computer to do this, but if you're running like a crappier like PC, if you can't run like most games at a decent resolution or something like that, if you're struggling to like emulate like Dreamcast games or GameCube games, you're gonna have a problem. But I mean, CEMU is not that bad. The requirements for like being able to run it and run it well have dramatically dropped from what it used to be. It's what I can't wait for. What is it? Yuzu to do. They finally implemented like 2 months ago multi-core support in Yuzu. It's like, dude, come on, get with the time. Because he's like, we're going to program on one core and get that working right. It's like, you still haven't done that. Just hurry it up. Get it going. Chop chop. Alright, so let's try with some... So did Luigi's Mansion 3. The only game I've really gotten to work really well on Yuzu is... was it Sonic Mania? It's a Sonic game. I mean, there's not much to it. I mean, it's pretty simple. So that runs like a beast. And I've heard that the Link's Awakening, or no, I don't think that's the game. Whatever it was, the Game Boy port of that Game Boy game got ported over the Switch. That I heard that runs really well on Yuzu as well, for even on like quote unquote lower end PCs like mine. But a lot of stuff, like if you watch BSOD Gaming's YouTube channel, who basically goes through and he'll do like setup videos, like here's how you can set up CEMU and Yuzu and stuff like that to work on your computer for the best performance and get the best out of your card. He was like, oh, as you can see here, this works perfectly with Mario Sunshine and all, like the Mario Galaxy, and I have like 1 billion frames per second. The dude's got like an i9 processor, and it's overclocked to 5.1 gigahertz, which is like just on the borderline of like frying itself, and you're needing liquid nitrogen to cool it down. He's like, and then he gets like an attitude. It's like, I don't know why your PC sucks and it doesn't run it right, and mine does. I'm like, dude, you've spent $5,000 building a fucking computer. It's like, no one has their computer cranked up this high or a core as good as you. It's like, that's fine. You need to, I told him like personally, like, GM was like, you need to drop it down for people who have shittier computers like us and work on those settings, and then we can talk. And that's what we started doing. And this was like a year ago, which I found kind of funny. He kind of became more aware, because I wasn't like the only one saying like, hey man, listen, we don't have like top end PCs like you do here. You need to give us some kind of more realistic stuff. Ooh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be really cool too. I mean, for right now, Yuzu, I didn't switch my character. Yuzu reminds me of what CEMU was at like 2 years ago. It seems like it's 2 years behind, because I remember Bayonetta 2 for like CEMU like barely being able to run like 5 frames. It was like four or 5 frames per second. It was hard. I mean, and nothing worked right. Graphics are terrible, and just watching it just like rapidly go so much faster and improve so fast was amazing. It's really blown me away with how fast it's come up.
Shall we?
I'm not one to talk shit, but you might.
But other than that, like I said, that was like my thing we had with him for a while ago. But you know, you just gotta keep it all in realistic stuff. If you watch his videos, like on how to set up your Yuzu for stuff, he's like, "Oh, you can get 90 to 120 frames per second." You're not gonna get that. I mean, I get like 50 outside, like in the open world on like Breath of the Wild, for example. Breath of the Wild, I get like 50 frames per second, which is still ridiculously good on the outside world, and 60 inside shrines. He's getting like 120 at his stuff. Yeah, it's like, you can play. Just gotta emulate. Must get used to different play styles. Oh man, she plays so much differently. I am used to playing as Rosa and used to playing as Jean, but not Bayonetta, and she's like throwing me off. I'm like, oh yeah, she's got different combo structure. Gotta remember that. Alright. Let's see. Eventually I have to beat Rodin? Nah, probably not. I mean, it's one of those things where it's not gnawing at me like, I have to complete the game, I have to beat this and all the witch trials and stuff. I'm like, I don't really care if I ever beat him or not, really, to be honest. Okay, so he dodges your wicked weaves. I had a suspicion. I'll get hit by some of them.
It's tough being so damn.
Sorry, I'm messaging the girlfriend real quick. She's going to bed.
The shadow remains cast.
Yep, I know Cap did it. But I mean, he's been playing on Infinite Climax for a while now. He's been doing runs there, so that gets you really into the mindset. So it doesn't surprise me he was able to do it after a while. Because you get used to like how fast the game. I mean, it's like hard mode is one thing here, but like Infinite Climax is another beast because I swear it's like 1.5 times speed increase. 10 hours, wow. So he was doing it on stream. I think this is the most I've ever spent trying to get him down. Yep, I know it's pretty close. Because I've done it before, I got in the demon before in the past. Just 1 second, I'm sorry. Be just a moment. Alright. Yeah, post some Miiverse! No. Hey, demon form. Oh, he's raging demon. Oh, that's sweet. I ain't even mad about that. That, I just think is sweet. That is awesome. That, perfect. Like it. Yeah, ironically, like, Bayonetta is the best character for this. She's got stun lock abilities. Way better than Jean did. I mean, Jean would pop out after, like, 3 or 4 cycles. I can only imagine, like, with the Star Fox, it'd probably be even better. Oh, good one. Alright, I've hit my limit. My back is killing me right now. I need to get something to eat too, but that was fun. So yeah, at least I know I can still get him down the demon, at least barely down to there. I'm impressed when they put a raging demon in. That cracks me up as a lifelong Street Fighter player. That goes right to my heart. I love it. But for now, Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. I do appreciate it. Shout outs to Nakafume and Eris showed up as well. Hold your fire, and anybody else lurking. You guys are always cool. Next stream planned is for Sunday at my usual 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know when that is, just type that into Google and it'll tell you for wherever you are in the world. Check me out also on Twitter, Orzel555. Something comes up. If I need to cancel life plans, don't feel too well, all possibilities, you'll definitely know about it there. Usually also about 2 or 3 hours before I stream, I'll post up what I'll be playing as well. Plans are to do Ratchet and Clank. I'm going to be hopefully finishing that up. And depending on how fast I get through that, I think I'm pretty close to being done with that game. Finish off Super Mario 3D World, and then we'll just wing it from there. And then after that would be probably, let's see, that'd be Sunday, so I'm thinking Tuesday the 13th. Really want to do a Street Fighter 3 stream, but I might go through, I'm thinking probably finish up my day 2 of Astral Chain, my Second Chance series, for my opinion on that, but either Tuesday or Thursday will be Street Fighter 3. I'll go through Street Fighter 3, Second Impact, Third Strike, then my favorite janky game of all that I really want to own the arcade cabinet for, Street Fighter, the movie, the arcade game. I love that that's gaining traction now after 25 years, after nobody plays it. Like, hey, wait a minute, this game is completely broken and fun because of it. Yes, exactly. But that's the plans. Ratchet and Clank on, let's see, yeah, Ratchet and Clank on Sunday the 11th, and hopefully see y'all there.